Have you heard the rumors about people being turned away at the Disney World gates this year? You didn't misclick. This is the video everyone's talking about. After dozens of trips and years of exploring every Walt Disney World park, I'm spilling the tea on why most guests are getting denied at the gate in 2026. We'll run through 11 reasons with insider tips, starting with one that surprises most everyone on day one. Stay till the end, because missing even one of these could quietly ruin your trip. You don't want to throw away thousands of dollars or see tears at the turnstile. Ready? Let's jump into the magic and avoid the missteps. Reason number 1, oversized backpacks and bags. Disney's bag policy is strict. Any backpack, cooler, or suitcase larger than 24 inches long by 15 inches wide and 18 inches high is a no-go. It doesn't matter if it has wheels or not. Those hiking-style multi-day packs or extended-stay duffels people bring to the parks often exceed the size limit. It's about safety and crowd flow. Massive bags clog queues, complicate ride loading, and become trip hazards. But here's something most people miss. The dimensions are the total size when packed. Flexible fabric still counts. If your bag can't fit into the security scanner or locker, you'll be asked to store it outside. Bring a soft-sided backpack that cinches down. I like to compartmentalize with smaller zipper pouches so security can see everything quickly. If you're carrying souvenirs back, fold an empty duffel or tote in your luggage to transfer items to before you leave the park. Avoid oversized coolers. Disney sells ice water at every quick service location, and you can refill your bottle for free. And yes, diaper bags are allowed. Just keep them under the size limit and remove large metal items before the scanner to speed things up. It's easier to swap out gear at a locker than deal with a denied entry at the gate. Reason 2, the frame check backpack policy. Beginning in 2026, bag construction can be as important as dimensions for park entry due to new evolved contactless scanners. Security is strictly enforcing how bags interact with these scanners, and bags with rigid internal or external frames such as high-tech hiking backpacks or heavy-duty camera bags are the most frequent causes of delays. These frames often trigger secondary screening alerts because they cannot be compressed and contain dense materials. Also, unlike soft-sided bags that can be tucked under a seat or between a guest's feet, rigid external frames often cannot fit into standard ride vehicle storage areas. Because they cannot be safely stowed, they are frequently prohibited from being brought into the attraction queues entirely. For a smoother entry, it is recommended to use a lightweight day pack. If you must use a framed pack, be prepared to carry it out in front of you during screening or face a thorough manual inspection that may result in the bag being turned away. Keep in mind that the bag size rule also applies to coolers. Always measure handles fully extended at home before you go. Reason 3, misusing the Disability Access Service, DAS. Disney's Disability Access Service provides return time accommodations for guests with certain developmental disabilities. Unfortunately, the program has been abused by people who fake conditions to skip lines. In response, Disney implemented stricter verification and consequences. According to the Walt Disney World website, if any of the statements a guest makes to obtain DAS are found to be untrue, the guest will be permanently barred from entering Walt Disney World resorts and Disneyland Resort. That means lifetime bans and forfeiting any existing tickets or annual passes. So what does this look like? In 2024, Disney moved the DAS enrollment process online and partnered with health professionals to verify eligibility. You'll have to do a video chat with a specialist who will determine whether the service is appropriate. The criteria focus on developmental disabilities like autism, and they explicitly exclude conditions like anxiety or mobility concerns. Misrepresenting your condition not only disrespects people who genuinely need the service, it now carries extreme consequences. If you or someone in your party needs assistance that doesn't qualify for DAS, consider resources like Rider Switch, accessible queues, or renting a scooter. Cast members can help accommodate many needs without abusing the DAS system. Be honest in your application. The program exists to make Disney accessible, not to provide line-cutting privileges. Reason 4, costumes and masks for guests over 14 years old. We all loved a Disney Bound, but there's a fine line between themed outfits and full costumes. Disney's attire policy states that costumes may not be worn in theme parks by guests age 14 or older. Masks are also prohibited for anyone over 14 unless they're for medical purposes. This is partly to maintain the integrity of character performers. Disney does not want guests confusing other guests with official cast members. It's also about safety. Long robes or trailing fabrics can get caught in ride mechanisms. You can still Disney-bound, dressed inspired by a character, as long as it's fashion rather than costume. Think of color palettes, patterns, and accessories that evoke the character without copying their outfit. For example, a yellow sundress with a rose brooch for Belle, or blue shorts and a red hat for Donald. Just avoid props like swords, masks, or armor. The exception to this rule is during special ticketed events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Disney Jollywood Nights. On those evenings, adults may wear costumes within event guidelines. No full face masks, nothing offensive, no realistic weapons. Plan accordingly. If you're visiting on a regular day in 2026, leave the full Spider-Man suit at home. Can you believe we've only covered 4 of the denial reasons so far? We're now moving from simple costume mishaps to rules that carry serious legal and even lifelong consequences. So, you absolutely need to stick around for the next few points. Reason 5. Medical marijuana and illegal substances. Cannabis may be legal in many states, and you might even have a prescription. It doesn't matter. Disney's property rules explicitly state that marijuana, including marijuana-enriched products or any illegal substances, is prohibited. There are no exceptions, not for edibles, oils, or vape pens. So, my friends, leave the brownies at home. If security catches the scent of cannabis on you or finds any form of marijuana in your bag, you will be turned away at the gate. Cast members are trained to deny entry to guests possessing illegal or controlled substances, and law enforcement may be notified. Even beyond cannabis, bringing prescription medication that isn't properly labeled can raise issues. Always keep medicines in their original pharmacy containers with your name on them. Alcohol is allowed in most parks, except Magic Kingdom, but you cannot bring your own. Wine bottles and flasks will be confiscated at security, and open alcohol containers cannot leave the restaurants. If you plan to enjoy adult beverages, pace yourself. A drink around the world showcase is fun. Stumbling around Epcot is not, especially if you're doing that in handcuffs. Of course, if it's illegal outside the parks, it's absolutely illegal in the parks. I'm talking about the harder stuff, which we won't name here. This is a family show, for crying out loud. If you use medical cannabis at home, consider alternatives while on vacation. CBD isolate without THC may be allowed if it contains 0% THC, but check current regulations before traveling. When in doubt, err on the side of leaving it at home. It's not worth risking a denied entry over something you can easily plan around. Reason 6. Banned vlogging gear. You've seen the Instagram influencers with massive selfie rigs and 8-foot tripods. In 2026, Disney has tightened the rules on vlogging equipment. Selfie sticks, handheld extension poles, and tripods or monopod stands that cannot fit inside a standard backpack or that extend over 6 feet are not allowed inside the parks. Cast members will spot these at security and make you return them to your car or a locker. Extension poles protruding into crowds are safety hazards. In a sea of strollers and excited toddlers, a telescoping stick is just asking for an accident. Tripods that extend beyond 6 feet obstruct views during parades and fireworks. In other words, Disney wants to protect everyone's enjoyment and safety. As someone who loves filming in the parks, I recommend packing a compact tripod that folds down and fits inside your bag. Many mini tripods collapse under 12 inches and still hold a DSLR or phone. Instead of a selfie stick, ask a cast member or fellow guest to snap your photo. Cast members often go out of their way to help capture magical moments. And don't forget about Disney's PhotoPass photographers. They'll use your camera or their own, or both, and you can download the pictures later. If you're vlogging professionally, consider applying for media credentials, which sometimes allow larger equipment by prior arrangement. For everyone else, keep your gear small and discreet. You'll thank yourself when you breeze through security while the family behind you is dismantling a gimbal rig. Seriously, who brings that? Reason 7. Folding chairs. After a long day, it's tempting to bring your own seat for parades or fireworks. Resist the urge. Disney's park rules ban all folding chairs from theme parks, water parks, and Disney Springs. Even lightweight camping stools are not allowed, unless it's a cane chair used for mobility. Why? Folding chairs create tripping hazards and make crowd control difficult. Imagine hundreds of guests setting up camp in the middle of Main Street. There'd be no room for strollers or wheelchairs to pass. Disney provides plenty of seating around the parks. One hack I've seen? Use a lightweight stadium cushion or foldable pad you can sit on. It keeps you comfortable during a long wait and rolls up small enough to fit in your bag. And don't forget, a stroller doubles as a seat for little ones. Just be sure it fits within stroller size requirements. Leave the chairs in your resort room and enjoy the experience as Disney intends. Reason 8. Contagious illness symptoms and health affidavit confirmation. Since the pandemic, Disney has kept some health protocols in place. The 2026 package terms include a clause that by entering Walt Disney World Resort, guests confirm they are not experiencing symptoms of COVID-19, such as fever, cough, fatigue, or loss of taste or smell, have not been in contact with someone with confirmed or suspected COVID-19 without completing a 14-day quarantine, and are not under any self-quarantine orders. Guests who cannot confirm these criteria must not enter. If someone becomes symptomatic during their visit, they and their traveling party may be required to isolate or leave the property. What does this mean in practice? In 2026, the digital waiver you sign while purchasing tickets includes a health attestation. At the turnstiles, cast members may ask if you've completed the health acknowledgement. If you're visibly ill, persistent cough, feverish appearance, security can deny entry or call medical staff for evaluation. These rules help protect both cast members and guests, particularly those with compromised immune systems. To avoid issues, postpone your trip if you're sick or have been recently exposed to contagious illness. Disney often allows you to reschedule tickets for another date. Pack over-the-counter medications and consult your doctor before traveling. And remember, face coverings are optional and can be worn if you want extra protection. Wash your hands regularly and use hand sanitizer stations throughout the parks. We've just covered some of the most serious rules about personal conduct and health protocols. Now, let's shift to the final crucial rules concerning family groups and planning. These aren't minor ticket details. Ignoring this next point on age requirements could leave someone in your party waiting outside the gate. Reason 9. Unaccompanied minors. A group of middle schoolers on spring break try to enter Epcot without a chaperone. They're stopped at the turnstile and told to call a parent. Disney's property rules require that guests under age 14 must be accompanied by another guest age 14 or older to enter any theme park or water park. To board attractions, children under 7 must ride with someone age 14 or older. This rule ensures there's someone mature enough to supervise younger guests in case of emergencies. It also helps with accountability. Disney can't supervise unsupervised kids among tens of thousands of people. If you're planning a trip for a youth group, plan to have enough chaperones. For families with tweens, consider giving them a bit of independence by allowing them to explore a land while you're nearby. But accompany them at park entry and on rides. Use the Family and Friends feature in the My Disney Experience app to keep track of everyone's plans. Remember that Disney cast members are not babysitters. Even at water parks, lifeguards expect parents or guardians to watch their children. Respecting this rule keeps everyone safe and prevents heartbreaking scenes at the gate. Reason 10. Non-date-based ticket reservations. In early 2024, Disney removed the requirement for park reservations on most date-based tickets, but other admission types still need a reservation. That includes annual passes, military salute tickets, student group tickets, and various Florida resident promotional tickets. In other words, if your ticket doesn't have a fixed start date, you still need to secure a park pass for each day you visit. The official updated experiences page clarifies that park reservations are no longer required for date-based tickets as of January 9, 2024, but may be required for other admission types. Undercover Tourist's Guide spells out which tickets still need reservations. Student groups, sports and convention, Disney Military Salute Annual Pass, Florida Residents Summer Magic, and Discover Disney tickets, and all other non-dated tickets. If you show up with a non-dated ticket and the park's reservation allotment for your tier is full, you will be denied entry until a spot opens up. To avoid this heartbreak, always check whether your ticket type requires a reservation. If you're an annual pass holder, book your park days through the Disney Park Pass system, and note that some dates, like weekends at Magic Kingdom, may still require a reservation even after 2 p.m. For promotional tickets, read the fine print. And if you're using a ticket from a travel package, confirm its start date. Sometimes third-party sellers provide undated vouchers that still require reservations. One more thing, a dining reservation does not guarantee park entry. If you have a coveted Cinderella's Royal Table reservation, but no park pass, you will be turned away at the gate, even if your table is waiting. Link your tickets in the My Disney Experience app, book your park reservations, and triple-check your plans before you leave home. Reason 11. Public toxication and disruptive behavior. Disney World is one of the few theme parks in the world where you can sip wine while watching fireworks, enjoy craft beers at Epcot's World Showcase, and taste cocktails at lounges. But there's a fine line between enjoying a drink and becoming disruptive. Disney's courtesy policy asks guests to show common courtesy to fellow guests and cast members by not using profanity or engaging in unsafe, illegal, disruptive, or offensive behavior. The company reserves the right to deny admission or require a person to leave the resort without refund for failure to comply with rules for unsafe, illegal, or offensive behavior. That includes public intoxication. What counts as disruptive? Stumbling, slurred speech, harassing other guests, arguing with cast members, or ignoring instructions. I've seen security quietly escort guests out of Epcot during festivals when they've had too much. No refunds, no second chances. Even if you bought expensive party tickets, alcohol abuse can lead to ejection and possibly a trespass notice that bars you from returning. To stay on the safe side, pace yourself. Alternate alcoholic drinks with water, eat substantial meals, and know your limits. Consider sharing drinks to taste more without overdoing it. If someone in your group looks like they're teetering, encourage them to rest. Disney has plenty of quiet corners to take a break. Remember that theme park days are long and often in the heat. Alcohol hits harder than you expect. Your magical day can turn sour quickly if you cross the line. There you have it, 11 reasons more guests than ever are getting denied at Disney World in 2026, from oversized backpacks and banned vlogging gear, to strict health affidavits and lifetime bans for misusing disability services. Disney is prioritizing safety and fairness. Most of these rules aren't meant to spoil the fun. They're there to ensure the magic remains for everyone. Which of these surprised you the most? Have you ever seen someone turned away at the gate for one of these reasons? Drop your stories in the comments. I love hearing about your experiences. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and share this video with your fellow Disney friends. Want more insider tips? Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our deep dives into all things Disney. And if you're planning a trip, check the description for handy links to discounted tickets and recommended gear. Yes, they're affiliate links. Using them helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. The magic is calling, and now you're armed with knowledge to breeze past security with confidence. Thanks for watching. Your adventure is just beginning.